Today's episode, going the distance, we are gonna just kidding, don't tune out yet. We're gonna take the Wired Freedom out. We're gonna do a little bit of a distance ride. It's gonna be the longest ride I've ever done on this bike. 66.7 volts, if you can see that. Can you see it? You see that? And we've zeroed that out. Hey, is this thing focusing? Oh, jeez, I'm starting to get pissed. Zero out on the distance-o-meter there. So let me put on a few safety devices and we'll take off. But first, let me give you a couple of technical specs. I've got 19 PSI in the rear, 19 PSI in the front. I'm a big, paltry, gelatinous 220 pounds. So use that to your own advantage as to what you might think the range you can get out of your super fast and fun e-bikes. Let's hit the road. All right, guys, Thursday morning, it's about 10 o'clock, and right now we've got it in pedal assist 2. Again, we're trying to go a little distance on this thing. 22 miles an hour. Looks like we're using about 450 watts, thereabouts, a little less. And we'll just keep on trucking. Look, I know it pains you. It's paining me as well. I mean, the pain of doing, under 30 miles an hour on an e-bike is just, it's pitiful, right? It's excruciating. I mean, I can't think of a worse form of torture other than watching some sort of an unboxing video. But really, I mean, all kidding aside, what we want to do here is, even though we're kind of a goofy channel and we kind of do things that kind of skirt outside of what most people do on YouTube, we like to have fun. We like to do things fast. But what we're doing is really highlighting the fact of a couple things. Number one, I'm getting exercise. I don't know if you can hear it in my breath. But number two, we're staying with the confines of class 3. And we're on a bike that's capable of, well, the fastest I've ever had this is 43, according to this clock. I haven't GPS'd it, but whatever. Well, let's get a little speed here. Let's get some tire up in the air. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I just had to do that. It's about 68 degrees. Pretty nice day. Not going to complain. Yeah, I seem to be goofing around a lot here, considering I'm trying to go some distance. And here I am just, just all over the place, using the throttle. My goal is to get to a point and get back without actually having to walk the bike or pedal it manually. Heaven forbid. Pedal it manually. It'd be pretty horrific. Oh, man. Almost vertical there. See, and the thing is this, is I could go slower. I could just leave it in pedal assist 1 and just, abide by the rules, ride a straight, boring path. But who wants that? I don't want to know how far this thing will go in a boring manner. I want to know how far it's going to go in my kind of manner, right? Look, anybody can go get one of those 100-mile e-bikes, right? With the dual batteries and a whopping 25 miles an hour if you're lucky. But believe me, after about 3 miles on a bike like that, you're going to wish you had a firearm, because that's about when you're going to want to use it on yourself. You'll be so bored. Y'all want to know what I think the next bike should be? It doesn't have to be from Wired. I don't work for Wired. I paid full retail for this, so I don't know them anything. It is for any company that wonders what it is people like me want. And I can tell you, you already know where I'm going with this. How about this? Let's use Wired as a case example, okay? I'm the owner of Wired. I got 2 bikes. I got a Cruiser, and we got the Freedom. We're gonna add a 3rd bike to the line. Here's what I'd want. Let's call it the Wired Liberty. The Wired Liberty, the 3rd bike from Wired. Again, it's just BS here, okay? We're just talking. Third bike, the Wired Liberty. What does it have? Well, I tell you, from afar, it looks like a Wired Freedom. But as you get closer, you see a few things. Not much difference, but a little bit of difference. Here's what it is. 72 volt, 20 to 25 amp hour battery, 45 amp sine wave controller, no more than 100 pounds, coming in at a price under $2,700. That to me would be the next logical step in bikes for people who like a little bit of go fast. But I think what we're going to see is a little competition spur, because I think there's another company out there kind of making the Freedom. I think it's by a company called eCellular. I don't know if they're a phone carrier or what, but eCellular's making something, or whatever the heck the name is. So we got a little bit of competition spurred. So somebody's going to have to break out of that 60 volt, everybody's got one now arena, get into 72 volts. Now, is what I'm saying impossible to build? Are there electrical engineering problems with what I've just proposed? Yeah, possibly. I'm not an electrical engineer. Okay, I'm just a dreamer. It's up to the engineers to make it work. But I think if they can get a sine wave controller, my understanding on a sine wave controller like this here, I think this is just an on-off switch. I don't think there's any variance that I can feel in the stepping of the throttle. Maybe there is, but it's kind of like my scooter, kind of like the VSET 10. It's an on-off switch. A sine wave controller, I believe, from what I understand, should operate more like a petrol throttle. Yes, like a motorcycle throttle. So the more you twist it, the faster it goes. You just want a little power, you just tap it a little. How that all would work together in concert here with everything else, I don't know. But again, that's up to you engineers to figure that one out. Like I said, I'm just a dreamer. I'm just the creative end of it. And I'm creative from what I personally would like to see. And I think a lot of you would too. You know, you're not ready for the Sur-On. You know, you don't want to be, you know, some people just don't want to be associated with a Sur-On in the streets. I'm not one of those. I would take a Sur-On if the price was right. I like them. You know, I've said this before, I like them. I wouldn't own them for the reasons I gave you in the thrill ride to Cactus Park, that's all. We're at 10.3 miles. I think my goal was to go 15 miles one way. Now, if you're gonna hang out in the middle of the road talking, you probably should move it to the side. What do you think? Am I just high? Okay. It's kind of like people that walk through a mall or maybe through like a through a grocery store, and you're like 3 wide, and they're just sitting there gaggling, talking, and it's almost like I wish I lived in their world, because where they live, they think they're the only people on the planet. I don't know if you've seen that, but the Cardinals, well, you're not going to see it. I'm not even going to say anything. Forget it. Just forget it. All right? All right, guys, we are at 13 point, is that a 3? Yeah, 13.3 miles. As you can see, we're cruising 25 miles an hour, pedal assist 3. Again, not a speed run. If you skip through the video and you just landed right here, first of all, shame on you. You should suffer through the whole video just like everybody else does. But if you just got here, we're just trying to do a moderate speed distance run on the Hot Rod Wired Freedom. Anyway, we're gonna get up here. We're gonna shut this thing off. We're gonna let the batteries relax for maybe a minute. And then we'll take a read on it. And we can go from there. And you know, like I said, I'm 220 pounds of gelatinous flab. I got 19 PSI front and rear of the tires. because I think these are kind of important markers. I mean, if I was to have 10 pounds in these tires, I just can't help but think that would make a difference. See something? I was like, you know, that paranoia. I'm like, wait a minute, is this camera on? I've been talking to myself this whole time. No, it looks to be on. All right, there's the stadium. For you NFL types, that's you know, that's your shrine. That's your idea of heaven. There is nothing like a $19 beer and a $13 hot dog. Just can't get a feeling like that anywhere. Off-road. We probably just rode over some needles. Well, hopefully that's the case. The slime should theoretically seal a needle puncture. I mean, yeah, the tire will be addicted to heroin, but that's okay as long as it gets me home. I smell something kind of skunky. You ever got a wafting smell and it's kind of like, it's not really the skunk, the animal? It doesn't really smell like a Rolling Rock or a Heineken when you first twist the cap off. It's a different kind of a skunk. Oh well, I guess those kind of skunks are legal around here nowadays. Kind of take the fun out of it, if you ask me. I'd rather be the outlaw. That'd make a lot more fun for me, but yeah, whatever. The people have spoken. Arizona, you are now a blue state. But I tell you this, I think we may be the only blue state in the nation that you can concealed carry without a permit. I know. Talk about your centrist state. The cat looked like he might have drifted over. I don't want to get in an accident. I don't have insurance or anything. And of course, you know the disclaimer here, guys. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not emulate. I do have a motorcycle license. I've been licensed for 30 years. I've ridden motorcycles, ATVs, quads, ATCs, the three-wheel death machines that somebody got all bent out of shape and carried away from us. So I've been doing that probably excess of 50 years for sure. So when I do things that are maybe, you know, frowned upon against by the general population, just keep in mind. Okay, right here, guys, we're 15 miles. This is the Dream 15, so I'm gonna just boogie over here. I'm gonna park this rig and let it sit for a second. Get me a drink of water. I'm not sure if you see that. It looks like some sort of a bird of prey or something that's waiting for me to die. See, there's an airport right here, by the way, guys. That's a Cessna. I believe that's probably Cessna 172 or 152. Basically, it's the Rad Rover of the skies, you know, the Aventon of the skies. So let's take a look at where we're at. First of all, yeah, this camera is on. Okay, good. Camera paranoia. So let's dust that off real quick. See if I can get it to where you can see it. All right, so we're clocking it at 63.3 volts. We've traveled 15.1 miles. So that's where we're at. This is the halfway point. And we're gonna head on back. And then we'll see what we have by the time we return. I'm pretty confident we'll make it home. So essentially 3 volts. Is that roughly right? 3 volts to go 15 miles. So about 5 miles a volt. Okay, mostly I would say average it, pedal assist 2, 3. But we'll see what we get when we go back, because you know how these batteries are? You know, they're kind of tapered batteries, and that the lower they get, you know, the faster they drain. Oh my God, I just noticed. Did you guys just notice that corpse? Holy moly. I didn't even notice that thing. Freaking some sort of mallard, I don't know, a duck, but I'm gonna get out of here. Who knows? The thing might probably have Legionnaire's disease now. Jeez Louise. Just, you know, wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of, you know, sense of awareness around here. What a Ruger. All right, now we're up in pedal assist 5. We gotta rock and roll a little bit here. Clipping about 34 miles an hour. All right, now for those of you who don't like what we do here, you know, riding these bikes above, you know, what everybody agrees they should be limited to, just let it be known right here that we are doing about 17 miles an hour. 18, okay, give me a break. And we are in the pocket, guys. This is the velvet robe of conformity which drapes my body. I now belong inside of society instead of my usual position, which is the outside looking in. Just bask in it for a second here. Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. There's another feeling I'm getting. It's kind of looking like that of utter boredom. Oh, man, everything has its problems, doesn't it? There's just no perfect scenario. Let's catch up with the Hells Angels here. There we go. I still have a little ways to go, so, you know, I feel pretty confident in running it out a little bit. I don't think I'll be walking home either way unless I get a flat tire. Sorry for the dead air. I know you don't like it, and that's kind of why I do it. All right, we lost 1 bar. And we're at 21.9 miles, almost 22 miles. We lost 1 bar. Yeah, it looks like we got a little maintenance thing up here, or is that the bus? I don't know. I didn't know they had a bus line here. No, that's maintenance. So folks, when we come across stuff like this, you just want to downshift, you want to get your pedal assist numbers down a little bit. See? You know, we can all get along. Little comments, oh, somebody over there yelling. Must be pissed off about something. Hopefully it's nothing I did. All right, let's go. We got recumbent dude up here. All right, guys, I admit it right now, I'm just ghost pedaling. Yep, pissing off the world. God love these people that ride those regular pedal bikes. I just don't know how they do it. They're a bigger person than me. I get so bored on a regular bicycle. I just do. Oh man, man, I swear, like a freaking 1/4 pound June bug just about went in my mouth. And that's the last thing I need, is that thing like getting a hold of my upper palate and lynching on and just like buzzing in my mouth. And I'm like all trying to bite it, but I don't want to bite it because I know it's gonna burst. Oh man, it's just a, jeez Louise. I mean, can I not come out here and have fun? All right, guys, we're back, and coming home, we were mostly in pedal assist 5. Did jump down a little bit when we had encountered some traffic, but take a look. 57.1 volts, 30.4 miles, and according to my calculations, that comes out to about 3.2 miles per volt, because we used about 9.5 volts. And so that's what you can kind of expect in mixed riding. Hopefully that helps you out, guys. If you're still watching this video, I really appreciate all three of you, and stick around because we're probably going to do something again soon.